Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations DVD. This is going to be my Real Housewives of SLC review. If I could turn back the hands of time, Season 4, Episode 11. Well, the episode opens up with, how you doing? This is Country Conversations DVD. I forgot to honor Miss Wendy, but let's go. This is my Thanksgiving surprise after I cooked and cleaned and ate good. It was time to come to y'all with the books. So anyway, the episode opens up with Heather FaceTiming her kid, and she tells her about the rap. Yay, Heather's cool with everyone's favorite mean girl. She tells about the rap that Miss Lisa did for her. Oh, now her and Lisa are just besties. Ooh. Oh, she's such a kiss ass. Anyway, she organizes. She tells her daughter she's gonna organize a pioneering event. Monica talks to her daughter about prom and her real dad. Monica's prom queen. They talk about the history of Bermuda, and this is sort of like foreshadowing here because we know that the trip is going to be the main cast trip is going to be in Bermuda. And so she talks about the history of, like, when her grandma used to go, and it's a heavy Portuguese population there. And I didn't know that. So that was very interesting to me. And then once she shows her the picture of the bio dad in confession, she tells why she actually left him. There was a clear bag on the floor, and the baby was playing with the bag, and it was full of oxycodone. So she decides to dip, chunk up the deuces, and say goodbye. And then she met Michael a year later, and they made it official, and then he adopted her daughter. Okay, Angie and Sean go out. Ooh, if this is not the vision of a loveless marriage, I don't know what one is. They have zero chemistry, about as much chemistry as Rhoslc and Juanita. It was awkward. And they talk about all the things that they are missing in their marriage, and they sat there and just looked at each other for about 15 minutes. It was weird. Move around along. Lisa visits with Heather, and then she hits a rock with her car. And in confession with Heather and her jokes, she's like, I'm not even sure I can pay for her portion because, wow, I haven't even updated my homeowner's insurance yet. Not funny. And then Lisa says that Jack Lisa says that Jack's ready to go on his mission. He's ready to get away from me and his dad. No, bitch, he's ready to get rid of you. Anyway, she compliments on Heather and on her event, and Heather is just elated. I mean, this is the most is that word juvenile? Something, Heather is exuding confidence, and she just is just enamored with the idea. That's the word I'm looking for, enamored with the idea of her and Lisa being friends. I mean, she's just giddy, like she's in a new relationship with the dude. Anyway, and she's like, well, her and Monica went out, and Lisa just had to sit there and stew because she don't like nobody to hang with but Monica behind her back. But she's sitting there stewing in her juices, and then she says, well, I'm cool with it, just as long as, she stays away from me, because I just don't have anything for her. And she tells her that she told Monica, the only way we're gonna do this event is if you make up with Lisa. Say what? It's your and Heather's trip, right? So shouldn't it be Lisa who makes up with Monica so she can go on a trip? Anyway, Lisa's just not interested in being friends with Monica. Moving right along. Whitney meets with Sunglass Ann. She says that she talked to Lisa and her husband. And Lisa she said, okay, Sunglass Ange says she talks to more to Lisa than her husband. That's how the conversation went. And Whit says, well, I used to be like Sissy homemaker, and now I just want more. And I told Justin that. Now she feels like there's a void. Whit asks her, um, do you have a better work relationship with Sean than a marriage? And she says, basically, she says yes, because, the kid is always around. That kid is Angie's security blanket and Sean's security blanket, so they don't have to deal with each other. Duh. And she says, well, when do you have sex? And she says, well, and then she skirts all around the issue of them not having sex and says they're not having sex without actually saying that they're not having sex. And then she says, Whit says, well, monogamy is hard. And then she says, yes, unless you're a duck. Because ducks are the only animals that mate for life. No, they're not. For as my understanding, skunks mate for life as well. Well, maybe they can't stand smelling another skunk. Wah, wah. And also, my understanding is that porcupine mate for life too. Maybe because they can't stand to be stuck by other porcupines. I made those two jokes with me and my mom. That was a running joke between me and her because we used to watch animal pictures together, as she used to call them. And that's where I found that out. And I was like, wow, two animals that don't, no other animals want to be around. They mate for life. Also, I believe beavers do as well. I mean, hey, I got so much useless knowledge up in his head, but I think that's um, the three that were discussed. No, 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 no. Four. Duckbill platypus as well. You might want to check that out. But anyway, moving right along. Justin and Wick go to podcast, and they are, asked by Meredith and Seth to do one of their shows. So they lifted them up because they, know that Witt and Meredith have been having issues. So they go there and they joke about the bed, the bath joke. And he's like, I'm a dirty, dirty boy. And he said, can I use your tub? Now that was kind of cute, but this scene didn't give much. They asked them what was the most interesting place they had sex, and she said that under Justice desk when his secretary was there, and she says that Justin is a great man. He's always had her back, and then she tells back at that was in confession, but back in the room during the podcast, she tells them that her most vulnerable moment with Justin was with, when she had to watch his dad pass away, and she held his hand, and then she put the mother's hand together with his hand because Justin actually wasn't there, and that was very hard. Okay. Heather goes to check in the next scene. Heather goes to check out the event space. Heather says that she knew the bonnets would be a hard sell because, they had to wear these bonnets, and these are very, elegant dressing women or whatever. And she didn't want to offend them by putting them in the ancestors' cave. They had to trek across the desert and make it to Utah, and The bunnies was to protect their faces and all that good stuff. And Meredith is the first to arrive, and in confession, she says, witness says, uh, didn't we leave the church? Why in the world are we revisiting what our ancestors did as they trekked across the America to get to settle Utah? I mean, really, we left the church. I mean, I agree. Anyway, Sunglass Ange arrived. She's, oh, we're really not doing this, are we? Because my hair. And then those ugly sunglasses. Please don't forget that. Then they hand churn butter. They make handkerchief dolls. And woo, Lisa doll was really cute. I have to admit that was the best doll for me. And poor Monica. She says that, since she's been excommunicated from the church for having an affair. For having an affair, her little doll had a scarlet letter. I thought that was so sweet. But anyway, moving right along. They sit down for the pioneer comfort food. And they have what they call funeral potatoes. And that good Lisa didn't know what that was. I have never had anything called funeral potatoes. And then there's Heather again, mentioning Mormonism. Girl, you haven't had funeral potatoes? What kind of Mormon are you? She's getting on my nerves. Then they play a messy game, and the messy game says, "Who are you going to throw off of your wagon, baby?" When I tell you, if you are of a particular age, as am I, shout out to Mama Wendy, then you would know of this game in the 80s called the Oregon Trail. So, this game that they're playing at the table is very similar to the Oregon Trail, which I never threw people off my wagon. I mean, when the Austin got tired, then you had to sometimes mess around and eat your Oscar. But baby, I never finished that game. Makes me want to go back and play it. But anyway, you have to throw somebody off of the wagon. Then Lisa says, I picked Monica. Says she's the nastiest person towards women. Monica marks her and says, oh, I'm picking Monica because she's the nastiest towards women. Lisa says, oh, you like my voice so much. You had to mock me. And then Monica says, I don't think that's your weird voice, dear. Lisa, well, you wouldn't know because we are not friends. Heather says she wishes that Lisa had just opened with, I don't like you because you slept with your father-in-law. I mean, your brother-in-law. Wah, wah, wah. Again. Anyway, Mom says, you know what's nasty? Telling someone their mother doesn't want them. Lisa, uh, well, your mom didn't want you. That's what you said. And I just thought that was a terrible thing to say. I mean, really, you compared your mom to Ted Bundy. And he ate people and killed them and had sex with them. And then in confession says, witnesses, I'm not up on my serial killers, but I think that was Jeffrey Dahmer who ate people. Correct. Oh, and then Lisa is not too bright. Anyway, she's proven to be not the greatest, reader of that Mormon book. Then she talks about serial killers and don't know what serial killer she's talking about. I mean, it's a litany of things that show she's kind of in her head, in my opinion. Monica says, it makes sense. Fate recognize fate, and you are fate. You are nasty and ugly on the inside. Now, she did specifically say on the inside. And, but, you'll see what that means later on. Lisa says, and I hate liars. Brienne jumps up and throws a glass against the ground. Now, a lot of people will felt uncomfortable with this glass throwing incident, but I think that Angie K was trying to get their attention. And that's the, oh, kind of like a Greek thing where they like throw the glass down and, kind of like, I think that's them who throw the glass down and stomp it. Or that might be Jewish. Either way, the point is she wasn't, throwing it like Jen through the glass at, uh, uh, and like Jen and Win. Yeah, through the glass and mirror. And when she threw the glass and mirror, that was an aggression. I think this was more like a listen, I want peace type of thing. Monica says, the hypocrisy at this table is just next level. In confession, she says, ah, Lisa reminds me of my mother, always guilting me and then starting off sweet and then just turns real sour, nothing in between. Monica starts to cry and Heather pulls her to the side and butter and toe and reminds her, well, this trip is about you. I mean, it's about your grandmother. Um, she doesn't understand why she's so hurt. Right here, I wanted to choke the shit out of that doggone Heather. You talking about somebody that didn't know how to comfort somebody. Wow. Heather goes, well, I mean, guys, you went 10 for 10. No, they didn't. They did not. Monica started it. And then she says, well, I guess I could apologize. I mean, and she says, I really don't want to go on a trip. Lisa pops up. Then they apologize to each other. And then Monica says that she wants to apologize for calling her ugly. Back at the table, Meredith says, peace, maybe. Not besties, but it could be peaceful. Lisa says, she's ready to move forward. They play another game. Guess where they're going? More shit starts. Lisa gets the answer. Pink sand. I know. We're going to Bermuda. She wins, of course. That's where they have pink sand beaches. Heather tells Monica to give the history of the skulls. And she says, because we're all going to hell, Devil's Triangle, where we all belong. She's still upset. And she says she's done. And she's not planning on going on the trip. Heather says, but we plan a freaking trip around you. You are coming full blown, at least. Well, you just said that they were going tit for tat. Now you're saying that Monica was going full blown at her. Don't you know the term amongst the black YouTubers? You watch Terrence. It is, if you go low, I'm going lower, and we're going to hell. Not, if when they go low, we go high. No, Michelle Obama. Next. And she says, but you're attacking me. And then she's like, no, you're acting like a victim at this point. And you're sitting there acting like Lisa came at you first. Okay, whatever. Monica in confession says, and now I wonder why Jen never had anything nice to say about Lisa and Heather. Yeah, now you know. Lisa, I don't think Lisa and Jen really got along, but Heather was up in her butt, so I don't know why she didn't have anything nice to say about her. Yeah, Heather rests comfortably into anybody that she can attach herself, but because she is the epitome of a pygmy. I realized that. Heather said, well, we want to have fun. And she says, well, I'm not going. And then she says, where is the fun, Monica? Monica says, she's dead. Y'all killed her. In the words of Taylor Swift. Okay. That is the end of that episode. I hope you liked it. My Thanksgiving surprise review of The Real Housewives of SLC. Come on in, come on in. Come back to my channel, Country Conversations with Diva D. And that, my friends, is the end of the episode on that. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.